Welcome back. Well, it's the first Friday of the month. That means it's time for Eye on Terre Haute. This is where we sit down with Terre Haute Mayor Duke Bennett and talk about what's going on in the city. Thank you for joining us this morning.
It's good to be here.
Well, it is springtime, though it may not feel like it outside. But let's talk a little bit about some of the projects that the city is looking forward to starting this spring.
Well, each year you set your plan in place to kick some things off as soon as the asphalt plant opens. That's always the key thing to do any of the road projects in the city of Terre Haute. We're hoping the plant will be open up in the next couple of weeks is what they're telling us. It has to stay about 50 degrees pretty much most of the time in order to do that. But the first project will be Margaret Avenue from 3rd to 7th. The people who are driving by there now are seeing the utility work going on. That will go out to bid here in the next couple of weeks, and then they'll start in about 30 days. So that's going to be a huge project that'll last about a year, but it's going from 2 lanes to 5 lanes there from 3rd to 7th Street, just a little bit beyond 3rd, a little bit beyond 7th. So that's the biggest project per se that will kick off first. The Margaret Avenue section out behind the Walmart, the new connector road, Sycamore Terrace Place is what it's going to be called. That needs a final top coat of asphalt and then some landscaping, and then that's going to be opened up. So it didn't quite get it done last fall, but it'll be completed very quickly this year. And then we're going to start work later this year on Margaret, the existing Margaret Industrial Corridor from 46 to the Clabber Girl Warehouse. And that's going to be a doubling of the size of Margaret Avenue. It's not going to be lots of lanes, but wider, so truck traffic, curbs and gutters and all that. So that'll get started this year too. We are going to be doing a lot of paving and taking care of existing infrastructure. It's been neglected for a very long time. We've got some funds this year to do a little bit more than what we did last year. We've saved a little bit back, and the asphalt prices, you never know where that's going to go, but we think we're in pretty good shape to do quite a bit more paving this year and taking care of the existing streets. So you'll see a lot of that kind of work going on. You're going to see a beautification project on 3rd Street. Between Poplar and Cherry, where there'll be some plantings put in the middle of the street, and that'll all be improved through there, and some safety improvements to get people back and forth across 3rd Street, painting of all the light poles and all the signals, and it's really going to make that section look really nice. That'll be kicking off this year too and get completed. So you're just going to see a lot of activity around. Margaret Avenue will be the biggest project per se, but there's going to be a lot of stuff all over the entire city and doing things on the north side, the east side, south side. There'll be a little bit of paving going on everywhere.
Now let's talk a little bit about the downtown area, because Indiana State University is looking to possibly take over a couple of the streets in the downtown area.
Well, and that's very common. If you go to any other large college campuses, they typically they like to get you to abandon some streets so they can use it for their purposes. And 6th Street used to go all the way through the campus, and they built the fountain and all those things there, and Chestnut went east and west through there. It really helps them to be able to do planning and get people around the campus without having it being a major thoroughfare. But on the 5th Street example, what they want to do is turn that into a 2-way street. It's a 1-way north right now, and then make that a 2-way street just through the campus from Cherry on north, basically to the railroad tracks, which will help them be able to get people in and out. The Chestnut Street east and west will help them to build an entrance out there. They want that to be the primary entrance to the campus. And so from our perspective, if they want to take those over, they're on their campus anyway, and they'll maintain them, pave them, do all the things they want to do to it. That's okay with us as long as they allow us to have emergency traffic to be able to get in and out. That's always the issue. We got to be able to get fire trucks in and out of there. So as long as they're adapt to whatever they build, whatever they do meets the requirements of getting a ladder truck in there specifically, then we're fine with it. I believe it'll pass the council. It's a good thing. They're willing to take over that maintenance, as I said, which relieves a little bit of burden on us because we've got other new streets we're taking care of. And so I think it makes sense in the long run. There may be some others in the future, but that's really primarily what they're trying to do on that west side of the campus as they expand to the river and change the way you get into the campus.
Lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Very exciting. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Good to be here, Abby.
Well, if you'd like to see this segment again, or you have a segment idea of your own, go to our website at WTHITV.com and click on the community page.